Hello, you bastards!
How you doing? I'm Johnny Chow, and
I'm Roy.
we are from Stone Sour.
And you're watching
PITCAM TV.
PITCAM TV.
Guten Tag, Wenke für PITCAM TV hier und wir sitzen hier mit Stone Sour.
Hello!
How are you feeling in one of the coolest cities of the world?
Berlin is awesome.
Did you see something?
I've been here a million times, as well as Roy. Got friends that live here. One friend owns the Bird Express barbecue, American barbecue. It's really good.
I love it here. I've been coming here for a long time. I got a little bit of history here. Yeah, I love it here, always.
So congrats for your cool award, for the Loud Wire Music Award.
Yeah.
Really cool that you got it. Some critics say that your new album is kind of more rock and roll. What do you say about that?
Yeah, it definitely has more of that. Definitely a little bit of a departure, but yeah, it has definitely more of a hard rock edge to it. It wasn't really a conscious effort. It just kind of came out that way.
Everybody on the album wrote, so everybody had input. And it just, like Roy said, it just kind of came out that way. There was not preconceived. There was no plan of like we're gonna make a rock and roll album. It was just
We just basically just set out to just write the best songs we can write and just hope for the best, you know.
It's the first Stone Sour album with the new guitarist and bass player. You?
the bass.
The bass player.
The bass player.
The bass.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You know, I toured the whole last album cycle out, and thanks, Roy.
Very welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome. I toured the last album cycle, and then pretty much the last tour, the guys invited me to be a band member, and couldn't ask for anything more. You know, it's over the past few years I've been hopping from band to band, kind of just being a paid musician, and you know, even if I record with them and even write with them, it's not like a home. You know, I feel like I'm at home right now.
You are home, Johnny. We love you, Johnny.
Romance then.
Oh, romance.
Yeah, for sure. We've known each other for many, many years.
Very, very long time.
We both grew up in the New York hardcore scene. And I grew up in Buffalo, New York, Roy in Queens. But I moved to New York City for years and years. And both of us have been in and out of different hardcore bands over the years.
We met through Gavin Van Vleck from Burn. That's how we got introduced the first time. Yeah, a long time ago.
Roy was the mayor of New York City, and he was like the premier sound guy for Wetlands, CBGB.
It's kind of what I did, like in between tours to stay alive, just do sound. Yeah, it's like you were saying, places like CB's, Coney Island High, Wetlands. I did sound for all the hardcore shows, played a lot of hardcore shows. I used to be in a band called Nausea, which was the band that brought me here to Berlin for the first time in 1990. We played May 1st, in a festival here, Platz. How do you say that? Safranienstrasse in Kreuzberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my little history here in Berlin.
So you know Cortex as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's kind of funny that you ended up in the same band, in that band.
Yeah.
So how did you react when you said you were always a musician going on tour with other musicians, and then Stone Sour was asking you to be part of the band? How was your reaction in private?
Oh man, it was awesome. I got naked, I put plastic all over the couches, and I got a bucket of chicken. No, I didn't.
No, he did.
No, I was super psyched. I was very excited because, you know, like I said, I toured the last cycle out, and you know, I've known these guys for a long time, and it was fun guys to be around. And so it's you know, you have to be in, you know, a very selfless mode when you're on tour with people. You know, you have to respect everybody's space, physically and mentally. You know, and I think we just jive really well.
You're still working on that.
I'm still working.
It's the new guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm the newer guy. We still have an FNG.
Yeah.
FNG stands for fucking new guy.
Okay.
You know what? I've been in the band for 11 years. I'm still the fucking new guy.
Sorry for that.
Yeah.
So before Hydrogrey, you've had albums with less songs on it, but with special editions. Why did you choose to put 15 songs on the new album?
Honestly, we wrote like, what did we write? Like 20 some songs, 22, 23. had so many songs. We were gonna put it out like a lot less, but then look, we have all these songs. We like all of these songs, so why not just put them all out? And we're probably not gonna put out another record for a while, so yeah.
And
why not?
as well, it's kind of goes with the thought of like, you know, everybody, you know, as you know, Corey also does Slipknot, so. There's 3-4 years off at a time, and you know our fans are waiting all that time. You don't want to shortchange them with
10 songs.
Yeah, 10 songs. And this was a true album. Like we felt like all the songs, like a lot of peaks and valleys. You know, it takes you on a ride, and I think we kind of wound up with the amount of songs because it just felt right.
We didn't want to like just shelf a couple songs because we, you know, for that reason. So we loved all the songs we liked. It was a good problem to have.
And the writing process was so easy and so awesome that like we don't want to be like, oh cool, well we'll save these for later. Screw that. Let's do it all now and then
just record them all.
Yeah, exactly. And then if we're writing so well together, we'll be able to write so well together again, so to say, you know. So
you've chose to do a Van Halen cover version for the Japanese album. Why Van Halen?
Well, actually, we recorded a series of covers, as you know. We made 2 cover EPs. We were going to do a third one, but we decided not to, and we just used the last remaining cover songs that we made, and now we're going to start using them for little bonus things for different regions. We thought that would be a little bit cooler to do, and we love Van Halen. That's why we covered Van Halen. Yeah.
The son of Corey Taylor, he was on stage with you to sing song 3. How was that?
That was unbelievable. Let me tell you, he didn't rehearse with this band once. He just went through the song a bunch of times with Corey on acoustic guitar in the dressing room, came out on stage and fucking ruled it. Like, that was the first time he's ever on stage.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he just has it naturally. He has dad's genes. Let me just put it to you that way. It was amazing. He was so amazing. I was so mesmerized watching him that I fucked up playing the song just watching. Remember that? Yeah. I missed the one kick. I'm like, oh fuck. Oh yeah, I'm playing the song. There's Griffin just fucking killing it. He was amazing. Yeah.
So one time when Corey would be ill, maybe Griffin could work it out.
I would have no problem if Griffin wanted to come out and do a show. I'll just put it to you that way.
He's a showman.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Song 3 is something like a special kind of love song. What could you say about the lyrics, about the writing?
Well, I wrote that song for Roy, and you know, it was just confessing my true love to Roy and what I do for him, and you know.
Very deep.
Yeah, very deep. You know, it's the rhythm section thing. It's the bass, it's the drums, and you know, the bass and the drums, the heartbeat. You know,
the pulse.
And our hearts beat as one. You know, that kind of a thing.
That's more of a Corey question. No. He wrote the lyrics to it, obviously, so you'd probably be able to answer that better than we can. But yeah, it is a love song.
Talking about very deep bromance, Steel Panther was in the video, in your last video. How did that happen? It was great, by the way. You really gave the girls a fantasy. Thank you.
Awesome.
Actually, I think a couple band members' fantasies were fulfilled with that too.
Yeah, I'm good with my sexuality, man.
Yeah,
I'll dress up like a girl. I don't care.
No, for sure. And you know what? I mean, that was supposed to be like, you know, I mean, everybody takes themselves so damn seriously.
We're just trying to show people to have a good time,
have a good time,
and just have a good time. It doesn't have to be fucking all serious. Yeah. Just have a good time.
We're not doing rocket science here. We're making rock and roll and music and just like, you know, just having fun. Yeah. You know, you kind of lose the fun side of things sometimes, and you always have to keep that in perspective.
Yeah.
I believe when we all were younger, we lived more the way of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Most of you are married, having kids. Did something really change in going on tour?
Well, now when you look in the dressing room, instead of like, you know, when you're young, everybody's like slamming beers and taking the pot. And you know, just getting crazy. Now you look in the dressing room after we play, and everybody's like this, talking to their family.
Hello,
yeah.
Hi dear, hi baby. Yeah, we're just FaceTiming our wives and daughters and sons.
My sister and brother-in-law came out to a few shows last cycle, and he just kind of looked around the room after the show. He's like, "Wow, you guys are really rock and roll." Yeah. You know, I mean, it's. You know, technology is amazing, and it's
Look, we've all been there, done that. We've all have spent a lifetime's worth of drink tickets. You know what I mean? Yep. I mean, take it or leave it. I'll leave it for now.
Some of the songs you did in a full live recording without the all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did the whole album live in a room together as a band, and basically built every song a song from top to bottom, drums, guitar, bass, and then, you know, built other guitars on top of that, did the foundation, moved on to the next song. I mean, we recorded all these songs demo-wise in my studio that way, so we all had the idea that maybe we should just do the record just like that, and it came out how it came out.
Well, the result is awesome, so.
Thank you very
Roy
much.
didn't even have, he got a click just to lead him into the song, and then they pulled the click out. So it gives it that no push and pull.
Just play natural. Yeah.
Some of the most perfect things about those old classic albums that you listen to are the imperfections.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, we didn't want to recreate imperfections, but we wanted to have a natural push and pull, natural, like, you know.
Like the choruses could be a little faster. I have a tendency of doing that. Most drummers do. Verses and bridges kind of pull back a little bit. A bridge will really pull back, and of course will punch forward tempo-wise. And I like that. We all like that. Yeah.
What's your personal favorite song of the new album?
Off the top of my head right now, I would say Somebody Stole My Eyes. For right now.
Also to play live?
We haven't played it live. I haven't played it since we recorded it. I mean, I'm dying to play it live. I mean, I do jam with it every now and then at Soundtrack, but I love all the songs on the record for different reasons. I mean, I really love the songs that we're doing now live off the record, especially Knievel Has Landed, which this man over here brought to the band. Fucking killer. That's a great song to play live. For me, for drums, I love playing that song live.
And I as well with the bass, you know, it's just, it's got like a, to me, that song where it came from when I was writing the original riffs of that, it was written on guitar actually, but it had a very like kind of New York kind of post-hardcore, still hardcore, but kind of post-hardcore feel to it. I guess when it was first kind of put in motion, but then we all took it and we all made it ours. Individually, and then as a whole.
Hasn't changed that much, really. The riff hasn't changed. Maybe the drums have.
I think the drums have.
And the approach,
feel and vibe,
approach and feel, and the feel definitely changed a bit.
Which is great.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's that head bobber song. It's just damn.
And then you have Christian, who's like basically the cook of this band. Like I was throwing guitar riffs. I was writing a lot of guitar riffs. So was he, and we would throw like email guitar riffs to Christian, and he would just come back at us with a full song.
Yeah, like here, I'm gonna take Roy's riff right here and make that the verse. I'm gonna take Shao's pre-chorus, and then I'm gonna write a chorus, and then I'm gonna take Josh's riff to make it a bridge, and then all of a sudden it's a song that like we all contributed.
I would say he brought like 70% of what you're hearing, man.
Well, you know, it definitely brought a lot of it. He was definitely, like you said, he was the one who pieced it. He was the Dr. Frankenstein who pieced them all together.
You know, you two, I mean, especially you and him were definitely the kick in the ass this band needed. So, there you go.
So was it something else to write a new album without Jim?
It was different. I mean, the way we used to write records before, like in the past, it was like we would write full songs, like guitars to a click, and then I would go in and play drums to the click and the guitar. So that process is no more. Now we actually play together as a band. I feel that works for some bands. That worked for us then, but for who we have in the band now, this works better. You know what I mean?
So how is it, since you said your favorite song, you haven't played it live, are you still getting nervous when you know, okay, today we are going to play this new song, we haven't played it in front of people? Are you still getting nervous for that?
I personally still get nervous when I'm about to walk on stage during the intro. And it's not of nervous like, oh my God, I'm going to fuck up. It's nervous more like, oh my God, I'm excited and you know, like good. Yeah.
I think when you lose that butterfly feeling, like your stomach's like, ooh, shit, we're about to go on stage. Yeah. When you lose that feeling, then it becomes truly just a job. And then it's just like you take it or leave it. And at that point, you should leave it, because if you don't want to be there, don't be there.
I still get butterflies
before
when we do Gone Sovereign, the intro, the encore thing. We go back on the intro. That drum fill is just like, fuck if I fuck this up. You know what I mean? It's just like, for me, it's like the when you get down that first drop, then you're like, okay, I'm good.
It's like a roller coaster.
Totally. Yeah.
Rock music is more common in Europe. We all grow up with rock bands, posters, T-shirts, and in the US it's something else. You just have the festivals and some bands like yours. How do you see the difference between European and US fans?
Well, first off, Europeans, I mean, we're all lifers of rock and roll, but for something with Europe, it's just really more on fire. Over here, it's lifetime lifer fans of rock and of bands and stuff like that. It definitely goes off a lot more, I think. There's more passion. Like a crowd in Europe is not scared to show like passion at a show. Yeah, we do. I mean, we're giving that energy. The crowd's giving energy back. We're giving energy to each other. It's great.
It's about the exchange of energy. I think, to be honest, I think American kids are a little oversaturated with bands. You know, there's 1,000,001 bands in every single town. You know, all different styles. I think it just tends to, like, you know, you go to like an LA or New York, it's like they get so many shows. They get every single show. They get a little like, okay, I've seen a bunch of bands that kick ass in your vein. Let me see if you kick ass. Oh, all right, you're doing okay. Oh, I can clap now. Look over. Oh, Jimmy's clapping, so we can all clap now. You know, that happens now and again. But there are true fans in the States that show that passion.
Yeah.
But yeah, South America, Central America.
There just seems to be a lot more.
Europe,
South America, and Mexico, Australia, Japan. It goes off.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like that, especially on the last run we just did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In Japan, yeah.
Japan and Australia.
Yeah.
You know, this is we're playing bigger venues with more sold out shows than we even came close to in last album cycle, or even that, you know, the life of the band even, which is incredible. It's awesome. Yeah, you know, you walk in, you're like, ooh, it's a big club, man. I'm hoping you half full. And then all of a sudden you walk out and the whole thing is like packed and it's crazy and it's just like...
It's like, yeah, you oversold it by 500 people. It's like, oh, that's great. Something's happening.
We just played...
beautiful thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we just played Minsk, Belarus. And
that was great.
It was awesome to come out on stage because they all had these like crazy
flash mobs.
Yeah, they had these like foil like skull heads, and then these little things that you pull your fingers down, and these hands kind of wave in the air, and like the whole like first 3 rows had these, and then when we came out for the encore, they all had these like hashtag like signs that said "You are awesome." Like you know, it was crazy. Like I've never seen anything like that.
Like that, it was crazy. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was trippy.
They're called flash mobs. That's what they were. There was people. I never heard of anything like that. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they beat in Facebook and.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about it.
So you have the chance to meet some of your idols and going on stage with your idols or playing on the same stage on festivals. So what was, for your personal interest, the coolest thing you've ever had done with some of your idols playing, like a musician which you used to listen to when you were a kid?
I haven't yet.
What is on your bucket list?
You know what? To be honest, I'm not going to speak for Roy, but I think he'll kind of agree with me on this.
No.
My first concert was not a concert. It was a show at a painter's hall that was on the same level as, there was no stage. The stage was on the same level as the floor, 7 seconds. And I was like, oh my God, it's crazy. They're sweating on me. Like, it's right here. It's like, it's in your face. It's urgent. It's there. A lot of my friends are like, oh yeah, my first show was the Forum, AC/DC, 1980 something. I'm like, to me, if that would have been my first concert, I think it would have, who knows if I would have gone this way, because I would have probably sat back and thought like, wow, these guys are rock stars. That's so unattainable. Because look I'm so far back. They're on this big, huge stage. They have fire and pyro and all this stuff. But I went to a hardcore show. I'm like, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do this, man. You know, we can do this. And you grow up in this scene that, like, they're big, huge hardcore bands, but they're just kind of like your buddies too. You're just all hanging out.
You see eye to eye with everyone.
Yeah. So there was no for me, there was never like a huge idol type people. I mean, it was trippy. The first time I went out on stage with Max Cavalera and Igor Cavalera from Cavalera Conspiracy, like the very first show was Electric Weekend Festival in Spain. 30,000 people. We had a 3-hour rehearsal. That was it.
That sounds like it.
And we're walking the stage and Max is like, you got this? And I'm like, a little too late to be asking me that, but yes, I have this. And when we played Roots to close out the show, I never have seen, it was like 30,000 people, like waves of them going in the air. And it was just like, I turned around to my tech at the time, Eddie Mead, and I was like, and he's like, yeah, brother, this is what it's all about. And I was just like, holy shit, it is. This is fucking amazing. And it really makes you like realize and pinch yourself like, fuck, I'm here doing this. So it's pretty cool.
And something like a bucket list?
Me, I would love to play with Jimmy Page in Madison Square Garden. That's my bucket list. No, I would love to see this band play Madison Square Garden one of these days. That's like my major bucket list. As a person born and raised in New York, I'd love that. Yeah, any musician I've ever known to be from New York City, that's definitely a wish and a dream for every individual that I know is a musician. So yeah, that's my bucket list. And also to jam with Jimmy Page one day. Yeah.
Perhaps it's going to happen. You just have to believe in it.
I do believe it. Hopefully. Yeah.
So, what do you listen to when you are really, really happy?
When I'm really, really happy? Wow. I listen to James Brown.
Yeah, James Brown.
Yeah, I listen to James Brown, Curtis Mayfield. I've started putting on some old soul and funk when I'm really happy.
And you?
You know, I put on whatever the mood is at the moment, and if it's, you know, if I'm happy and something super happy comes on, I don't know, maybe it takes me ultra happy, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
I'll throw a little ABBA in there too. I do love ABBA. ABBA always makes everyone happy.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're a disco queen in your heart?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, cool. No, but the thing is, because everyone listens to different kinds of music when you're happy or when you're really angry. So what do you listen to when you're really, really pissed off?
It's hard to say. I haven't really been pissed off in a while. But if I am really, really pissed off, I'll throw on Discharge.
Okay.
Yeah, any angst, punk rock will definitely do.
Black Flag. I'll go back to my angry roots, which is that.
And you know, even when I'm angry though, I'll listen to some like really like mellow, down, like dark shit. That's just like, you know.
Joy Division.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Killing Joke.
You know,
I'll even throw in Kraftwerk in there.
Okay.
Radioactivity. That's a good record to listen to, especially on the radio. Actually, I was listening to Radioactivity a lot on the way up here. It's a great record. I don't know if anyone's into Kraftwerk out there. I'm sure somebody is in Germany. Yeah. Been following those guys since I was about 10. Love them. I have everything by them. I love electronic music too. So
you're good in Berlin here. But I'm still happy that you are here because I don't like electronic music now. So thank you that you are here.
I don't like a lot of the newer stuff. I like a lot of the more 70s, early 80s electronic underground stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not so much techno. No, techno. I like the weirder stuff like John Fox or Fad Gadget, Gary Newman, like that kind of synth stuff. Yeah.
So thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
And have a great show then.
Thank you. Danke.